Okay, you two, welcome to Prison Architect Alpha 23 with the Flying Phent. This is episode number 1. There is an episode 0 where I explain my planning. I don't do the planning, but I explain the planning. So if you're interested in how this is going to lay out, go ahead and watch that episode. If not, you'll figure it out pretty quickly, I'm pretty sure. A few things I'm going to explain that may be a repeat. I didn't give myself any money. I didn't build a prison and sell it. This is how much money I started with. You might think, isn't it 30,000 even? If you look, a couple hours have passed by because the workers have driven down because, I didn't plan it all at once. I kind of planned, left, came back, a few hours later. So because I exited the game and then loaded it, a couple minutes ticked by. And so I didn't cheat. That's how much money I started with. The other thing, I'm doing high risk only. It's on open. I have no intention of closing it until all of the cell blocks are built and I have enough inmates. I think at that point it's fair to close it because in real life, if you say, okay, I'm building a jail that's going to house 600 people, they're just going to keep you at 600 people. The government's not going to send you 800 inmates and be like, well, you said you had room for 600, find some more. That's not really how it works. So I'm okay closing it once everything's full. Having said that, this isn't a series where I say, this is how you win at Prison Architect. This is how you build a prison, then hit close, then sit back and be like, great success, I win. That is not going to be happening. I will be surprised if I get a quarter of my prison built. I'll have the yard, the canteen, the kitchen, the holding cell, the visitors area, the infirmary, maybe a cleaning cupboard and a laundry. This area will probably be built. My solitary cells, my common room, my administrative wing will probably be built. So like this will be done. Parts of this will be done. Some of these will get done. And then at that point, there'll be a riot and everyone will die. I'll be surprised if we move on and get past that point. I don't know how long I'm going to last, but I don't expect myself to last that long. I'm just not that good. That's the moral of the story. If you're watching this because you think I'm a pro, I'm warning you right now, I am not a pro. If you're watching this because you think it's funny to watch people get frustrated and lose at games, then I am your guy. I want to build quicker, so I'm going to hire 2 extra workmen. Set the speed to high. I'm building the administrative area first, plus the staff room, because I do have staff. They're going to need to rest. And I want to get started on research right away. Once this is done, we'll move on to the rest of the prison, so that I can do research while I'm building. And excuse me, I got a frog in my throat there for no reason. Okay, excellent. All right. So administrative wing is going in. Good. It is not initially going to be connected to the prison, which means it's going to take a long time for people to get to and from this, including to and from the staff room. Not ideal, but whatever. I can live with less than ideal. I don't like where those lights are, so I'm going to cancel them. Concrete wall, let's go ahead and get that in. Concrete wall. I want to subdivide the offices. Okay. The warden's office is going to be this one. Office, staff, warden, hire. Claim it. Excellent. Now, as soon as that's done, I'm going to go bureaucracy, finance. I want my accountant next. Now that I can, I'm going to amend my regime. This is what I'm going to start with. Some of you are probably going to go ape about how inefficient it is. You're giving them 8 hours of sleep? Or 7 hours of sleep? Yes, I am. You're letting them eat twice? Yes, I am. You're giving them 2 sets of shower time? Yep. Possibly inefficient, but I'm doing it that way anyway. If you want to get kind of a walkthrough on how that's going to work, I did kind of explain my thought process a little bit in brief in the planning episode about how they're going to wake up, shower, eat, work, yard, work, eat, shower, bed. I kind of walked through how that flow works. So feel free to visit that episode again if you wanted to understand that a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and get my equipment for my offices. Share. And in fact, I am ready. As soon as it's done, I'm going to be hiring an accountant. So let me go ahead and zone another office for my accountant. And once the accountant's done, I want you to start working on the security guard. Warden top 2. Okay, so they're done building? No, they still have to deliver this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 9 things to put in there, though, which means I have a worker doing nothing. I'm going to do utilities next. Some of you might be thinking, what What are you doing utilities for? Once you build the room, the building, the foundations, I don't know what term I'm supposed to use here. Once you've built it, the workmen are really weird at putting in utilities, right? Because like, let's say if I built this whole room and I only left the door, I only put a door here. They'll come in with the box of pipes and they'll put the box of pipes down and install this pipe. And then, possibly, if you're unlucky, they will take a pipe out of the box and go up here, through the door, around the wall, and install this pipe. Now they need to install another pipe. They go back out, and around, and in, grab a pipe, out, in, put the pipe in. And then they go back in. It can take a long time. And while it's not a big deal that it takes a long time, I've only got 20 hours to get my basic jail set up. So I've got to kind of... Did they not... What is missing here? Did I not put a chair in there, or have they just not done it? I didn't put a chair in. I'm an idiot. Somebody install the warden a chair, please, so he can do research. Somebody headed there? Somebody here gonna grab a chair? Chair, anyone? There we go, chair's on the way. Okay. So now I'll do the power cable. And I'm not gonna wait for them to finish the power cable, simply because people bring spindles of cable over, and until the cable is actually set on the ground, the other workers do nothing. So while the other workers are waiting for cable to get delivered, and I'll just wait for a tick so that they actually start delivering cable, while workers are waiting, I'm going to go ahead and run water. Is there a way to do this more efficiently? You know, it's the holding cell. People don't try to tunnel out of the holding cell. I could do one. Small pipes there. Big. I'm just going to go right up to here. Because I will have to go that far eventually. Yeah, but I'm not eventually right now. This is the furthest I'm going to go. I think. And then I'm going to come down to here. Well, I come down to here. Down to here. And then I will do here. It's hard. I'm always trying to do this type of stuff with the minimum amount of utilities necessary, but it's tricky sometimes to... because it only goes so far. And I don't know if this will work. I'm going to do these as large pipe. Yeah. And then I'll do this as large pipe. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. That's what I'm going to do. It kind of looks a little strange. Why does this look so much different than this? Why am I running cable here? Or, not cable. Pipes. I don't know why I was running pipes there. There was certainly no need to. Okay, so... oh, and no one did start carrying spindles of cable over. Well, that wasn't one. Unless these guys have come to grab spindles of cable. Okay, good, they did. I was going to say I was trying to be efficient, and I may have completely failed at it. But it looks like I might luck into it in the end. Okay. Some more going in. And then, once these are in, I'm still not going to build these buildings. I'm going to establish my perimeter. I'm not going to do the whole thing, because I won't have time. I know that inmates can sit in deliveries in handcuffs, and you're kind of cheating the system then. I don't want to cheat the system, but I still want to have my jail being secure. So I'm going to put in some perimeter walls, and I'm basically going to block off like this part. I don't know how much of this part, we'll see when I get started. But I'm going to block off this part. And once I have the perimeter in, then I will go ahead and stick in the buildings. And hopefully the holding cell is built when the inmates arrive, if not very shortly after. I do not want them sitting out here for a long period of time. I just think that's not wrong. You know, it's not like a moral outrage. I don't really think it's cheating, because it's kind of like, well, government, you sent me inmates before I was ready, but I don't know. It's just not something that I want to do, is all that I'm saying. I'm not making a judgment call on people who do. It's just not something that I want to do. That's all I'm getting at. Okay, looks like all the pipes are in. Okay. Or at least most of them. No, they are all in. Now I'm going to need power. Power I'm going to do here and then across here. And I'm going to go all the way... I'm going to go all the way here. Why not? Here. Yeah, here. And then I'm going to go ahead. These cables are going to be going up into these areas. So I'm just building the stubs, because once these buildings are in, they're going to be hard to get to. So I'm just building these little stubs. And that's fine. It's not the end of the world. This worked out well. And I forgot to mention in the planning episode. I did say here this would be metal detectors, hence the power connector to connect to the metal detectors there. But I didn't mention anywhere you see like these little L-shaped things made out of walls. That's for a door, and then metal detectors. So that's why I'm running cable to metal detectors here, cable to metal detectors here. I'm not obviously going to be building the metal detectors right away, but I'd like to get them up fairly soon. Simply because I think metal detectors are an important part of this game. They're an integral aspect. They save you a lot of money in the long run because you don't have to keep hiring guards that keep getting stabbed by garden shears, for example. Per exemple. Okay. I have finished researching the ding-a-ling-a-lingle. Was that I have finished researching my accountant, so I'll get her in. There we go. Bureaucracy. You can start doing the bank loan and the extra grant. Those are both important to me. And then I will zone the office for my security chief, who will be going in next time I hear a ding-a-ling-a-lingle. Okay, we're still installing cable. That's fine. That's excellent. I find cable goes in faster than pipe. It always takes me a little while to lay pipe, if you know what I mean. If you don't, you're probably too young. Don't worry about it. You'll get it at some point. Okay, cable is almost done. A few more. There we go. Cable in. Okay. Now, as I said, it will be time to do the perimeter. Now, I'm going to go back to planning. I'm going to add objects to represent doors in places that are going to be getting walls built over them. My thinking is, if I build a wall across here, for example, right, all this wall planning will go away. So the fact that I have nothing here isn't going to tell me, oh, this is where the door goes, because there'll be nothing anywhere. So by putting objects in to represent the doors, that will not go away, and that will act as a reminder that I need doors. I'm not going to worry about it here. I am going to build a wall across here, because this is big, and I know that's where my doors go. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to be doing that door quite yet. I'm going to be coming across here, so I'm going to need that blocked out. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to build part of the kitchen, part of the canteen, the whole holding cell. How much of the kitchen and canteen, I don't know. So anywhere that will be a wall, I will put wall. Anywhere that's temporary or will be a fence, I'll put fence. I don't know if that makes sense, but like this is eventually going to be a room, which means this will be a wall, so I'm going to actually build a wall there. This is going to be the other part of that wall. This, once the prison is completely built, is going to just be a fence. So I'm just going to put a fence in now. This will eventually be a wall, a room, a building, so I'll use wall for that. This here will eventually be open. There'll be nothing here. Therefore, I shall just use fence, because it's cheap to get something up to secure it. And then this is going to be wall. Those are going to be doors, so I might as well just leave them as wall. And how big do I want to make this? I think if I make 1 cell block's worth of width, that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 columns of tables and benches. Is it quite? I need to go back 1 more to fit. Because the bench will go there, then the wall here. Yeah, okay, that'll be good. This will just be building. Now this is, I'm going to have to think up there. I'm going to come back to that. This will be built, so I don't have to put anything there for now. That'll be taken care of by the actual building. This is a temporary nothing. This will be fence, so let me put fence down. How far do I want to go? I'm going to only be building this out to probably roughly here. I could come right down here. And if I'm doing that, I could just build the wall there. Wall. Do that. But you know what, I won't have access. Yeah, I'm going to go further. I'm going to actually go all the way to here. Because I'm going to want the storage room and be able to secure it, so I'd rather not just have some random fence in the way. And I'm going to want to get laundry and cleaning cupboards set up relatively quickly. So I'm going to leave some space to do that. It's going to take me longer to build my perimeter because I'm doing it this way, but I think it will be worth it. Question mark? That's how sure I am about what I think. I'm putting question marks in my thoughts. Okay, security's almost done. Don't forget. Oh, and I could, in theory, my staff could get tired. Even though I only have workers right now, so I'm going to go ahead and designate the staff room. Put in the drink machine. I'll probably put in eventually more than one, but for now I'll just put the one in. And I'll put in my sofa. Yeah, my Davino, a couch, a sofa chair double. That looks more like a love seat to me, but whatever. I don't know what you call it where you're from. If you call it something other than that, if you call it something other than a Davino, a couch, Chesterfield, or a sofa, let me know. I think those are all the terms, but I just learned Davino last year and I thought that was hilarious. So if you call a couch or a sofa by another name, please let me know in the comments how you refer to it as. Oh, I forgot to put wall here, did I? I totally did. This will be a room as well. So I'll go ahead and put the wall in. I'm a silly man. Silly man. Alright, building. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wait for the perimeter to finish. It's gonna end the episode, but I'll wait for the perimeter to finish, then I'll end the episode. Building up the perimeter. Okay, and that's where the walls are going. Yep, good. So this portion is done. That's gonna come up. It's gonna come up here. So is that? No, it'll be, yes, this is where the wall will go. So good, they've built. So as soon as this is connected to whatever is coming up here, I will be completed. The perimeter. Then it will just be the buildings. Security chief is done. Staff. Chief. Go in. Claim your office. Bureaucracy. I need deployment and patrol. Actually, just deployment to start. There we go. And then do patrols. Alright. Excellent. Excellent. Walls going in. How far away are you guys? You're taking your time getting here. Why are you leaving big gaps everywhere? Gaps in the wall are no good. This is going to be a prison, man. You can't just have gaps in the wall. This isn't The Walking Dead. Okay, built. Done. Finished. I want to wait and make sure someone grabs a couch and a soda machine. There goes the couch there. Okay, good. Alright, so I'm going to end the episode here. So perimeter's in. Utilities are in. I just need to build my holding cell, part of my kitchen, part of my canteen, add a bench, add a toilet, and then done. Ready for inmates. We have 10 hours and 41 minutes to do all that. Can we make it? You can find out in the next episode. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.